Hi friends, welcome to today's craft. We are going to be making a friend from one of our books this week. His name is Oscar. I hope you guys enjoy the book that we're going to read about him, and I hope you enjoy making him. But before we start making him, we need to grab all of our materials. So go ahead and get up and do that if you haven't already. You're going to need your packet of Oscar pieces. There should be a big brown piece with all of his body parts stapled to a piece that looks like this color, kind of a manila with two buns. And then there should be a yellow mustard squirt and a red collar. So go ahead and grab that. We're also going to need your handy dandy scissors, a lovely glue stick, and a black crayon from your crayon packet. So go ahead and grab those items and then we'll start putting Oscar together. Okay friends, now that we have all of our materials, let's get started. Grab your Oscar pieces and we're going to carefully pull the pieces apart because they're all stapled together. So we need to pull them apart. Let's go ahead and pull off the red color carefully, set it aside. And then the mustard piece, set that aside. Go ahead and tear off the pieces for the bun, set it aside. And now you're left with your brown pieces. Now before we start cutting, you may find your crayon box. Go ahead and open it up. Find your black, find your black crayon. And we are going to first color in Oscar's nose, okay? So go ahead and color Oscar's nose in. Give him a nice black puppy dog nose. See, just like that. How I kind of got outside the lines a little bit. That's okay. Now, after you do that, you may pick up your scissors. Remember, 2 on the bottom, thumb on the top. That's the way we cut. Let's start with his feet down here. Actually, you can start with his any part, but I'm going to start with his feet. After you cut out each piece, go ahead and set his foot to the side. They're kind of small pieces, so make sure you don't lose them. I'm going to start cutting out his other foot. There we go, foot number 2. Now I'm going to cut out his body. And remember, take your time, you don't have to rush. You can always pause the video if you need to go a little bit slower. All right, we've got his body. Set that aside with his feet. Next, I'm going to cut out his cute little waggy tail. Yay! There's his tail. Set that aside. And last but not least, I'm going to cut out his head. Now his head can be a little bit tricky because there's some tight corners in there, especially under his ear right there. See? This part right here can be a little bit tricky, but you can do it. In kindergarten, we can do hard things. We can do tricky things. Great job, friends. You're doing awesome. Okay. Almost there. And we're got it. Got Oscar's head. Go ahead and set that aside. Now, you might have one big scrappy like me, or you might have several little scrappies. That is okay, either way. Just make sure you make a scrappy pile so that you can throw all of your trash away together when we're done. Next, I'm going to cut out the 2 bun pieces for Oscar. Let's do quality cutting. Just like we work on our quality coloring, you need quality cutting. There's one side of the bun. All right, we've got our second bun piece. Go ahead and set that aside. Put my scrappy in my scrappy pile. Next, I'm going to cut out the squirt of mustard to go on top of our hot dog. Well, to go on top of our Oscar dog. Now, the mustard can be a little bit tricky because it's really curvy. It's kind of like a worm. So make sure you're going nice and slow. Take your time. Pay attention to where you're cutting. And don't forget that the hand over here that's not cutting with the scissors should be holding the paper so that those scissors can do their job even better. And you know what? If you cut off part of the mustard, that is okay. You can either tape it together, or you could, like if you accidentally cut it in half, when we go to glue, you can always glue those pieces right next to each other and make it look like nothing happened. Either way is fine. Make sure you put your scrappies in your scrappy pile. Set that mustard aside, and last but not least, we're going to cut out Oscar's collar. Let's go ahead and find your red rectangle for his collar, and there you go. Put your scrappy on your scrappy pile. Set your collar aside. Now, friends, it is time to start gluing. So you may grab your glue stick, pop off that cap, set it aside, and pay close attention because the gluing can get tricky. Okay, so we are going to start by gluing Oscar's body onto the buns. So go ahead and grab your glue and grab one of the buns. I'm gonna put the glue on it and then I'll hold it up because it's purple, so you'll be able to tell. You'll be able to see it. Okay, there you go. Put the glue on there just like that. Good. Then you're going to take the body, you're going to put it right over the glue. See, just like this. It should look like this. Now you're going to do the same thing to the bottom of the brown piece, okay? You're going to put some glue right along the bottom edge. Just like that. And you're going to take your other bun piece and put it right on top of where you put that glue. Perfect. So now it should look like this. Great. Go ahead and set that down. And you can find, let's go with Oscar's feet. 1, 2 feet. Perfect. And you're going to put a little bit of glue. All right, so you're going to take his foot and turn him over. Put just a little bit of glue right there. Just like that. See where the glue is at the top? Just like that. I'm going to actually add a little bit more so it looks more like that. Good job. I'm going to stick one foot. Yep, now I'm going to do the same thing to the other foot. A little bit of glue right on that top part. See? Great. And now I'm going to stick it on Oscar, on that bottom bun part. So now it should look like this. Now, what do you think we should do next? All right, now we have his head left, his tail, his collar, and the mustard. Now, friends, this next part is going to get tricky. Go ahead, pick up Oscar's head, grab his red collar, and you are going to pull his ear up a little bit. Grab the collar and you're going to slide it right behind his ear so that his ear kind of holds it down a little. See how it looks on the back? And then you're going to find your glue stick again. And you're going to put a little bit of glue right on his ear where the red collar will stick to it. See how there's some glue there? And now I'm going to push down his ear right on top of that glue, so that when I turn him around, he looks like this. And now he's wearing his collar. Now we can take his head and his collar and we can glue it to his body. So go ahead and grab your glue again. Put a little bit of glue onto his bun and the body, kind of right there like that, right here. You're going to take his head with his collar attached. You're going to stick it right on top of that glue. So now Oscar should look kind of like this. Good. Now you may take his tail. You're going to put some glue, just a teeny bit, on the end of it, like that, just a teeny. Stick it right behind him. So it looks like this. Good. And last, we need to add some mustard to our hot dog. Go ahead and put some glue all along the back of that mustard. It's going to be a little messy because it's a thin piece of mustard and you might get some glue on the table or on your fingers, and that's all right. And you're going to stick it right on top of Oscar's body, just like that. Okay. Now, don't forget, pick up your glue, scroll it back down, grab your cap, snap it, find your black crayon. Oh, find your black crayon, turn Oscar over, and write your name on the back. All right. Good job. Now you can put your black crayon in the crayon box, close that up, find your scissors. Put your scissors away, grab your scrappy pile, put your trash in the trash can, and then you are all done. Great work today, friends. I hope you enjoy reading our story about Oscar. See you next time.